Good morning. Morning, folks. Hope you're all well. Let me know I'm coming through okay, so I'll start. I noticed yesterday when my camera went off, my audio got a little bit better, so I wasn't sure if I'm using my camera mic rather than this mic here. But let me know if I'm coming through okay. There might be a little bit lag if I'm using this mic, but I'll sort that out later. I don't really understand why that happens. But let me know I'm coming through okay. All good. Thank you, Leon. Appreciate it. Hope everybody's well. I'm struggling this morning. My back is sore. I played football last night for the first time in a couple of weeks, and I was like an old man getting up. You know, when you kind of bend forward. Anyway, I've had an issue. This is how you know you're getting older. I'm 34 now, so we moved in here in August, 12th of August, and ever since then I must have done something when I was moving boxes or whatever, and I've just done something horrible to my back, and I'm struggling a wee bit. Anyway, let's get into the market, shall we? Was anybody trading yesterday? I'm a little bit annoyed about this Aussie Singapore, I have to say. I don't understand why, after the update they've had, I can't trade it anymore. So, notice here, there's no drop down, which is different from my other currency. So if I go to CAD Swiss or whatever, you got the drop down where you can make a trade. And since this update, they've not allowed us. So I've been asking them, why is this off? Because as I said yesterday, I would have been in that on aggressive entry on this bar. So we'd have had, well, we did have 4, 8, 12 hours coming down, but look at where we are now again. That pattern was nice. And as I said, that analysis kind of flowing through. I'm not sure if anybody else got in on that, if you're allowed to trade it. But yeah, that's a little bit annoying because I really like that setup on Aussie Singapore. So if you are looking at that, I do like that still. Probably have to wait for a retest if you are looking to get in on it. But that would have been 1 to 1 hour, so it's a little bit frustrating. But nice setup. Nice to see things finally going the way that I would like them to go. There has been that lack of follow through, but markets are not looking too bad. You know, there's some potential positivity here. I am bullish in nature this year just because of where I think we are. We've not really moved much from the indexes. We have had a slight inverted hammer yesterday, pushing on this morning. Again, London opening up in about half an hour. So let's see if we can get some momentum. We have had a decent push over the last week or so. So it seems to be we're correcting through time rather than through price. Getting some price acceptance above this 200. 20 pairs starting to curl over. Yeah, I still think we get up here. Or up here, sorry. I still think we get up here and then let the market make the decision. We've had a few times where we've broken through latest anchors, right? So it's not, as I said, it's not be all and end all. You know, if we break through 2 anchors here, that would be good. Like, you know, this, as I said, this for me is a real key area. So we see in here, we broke through the anchor and then we kind of came back down, created a lower low, albeit a very, you know, a shallow lower low at that. You can see some rejection here, and we've kind of pushed on, and this doesn't look too bad. So, yeah, my bias is we get up there. We could accumulate a wee bit, but I think it looks all right. I think it looks all right. Into the dollar. Into the dollar. Dollar again, nothing massively worrying me from bullish sentiment point of view. We are still, you know, in a correction phase. Looking for that reason to enter any dollar shorts is getting to the point where it's getting closer. I would like to see it get up here. I would like that 20 period catch up, but it doesn't need to happen. You know, it doesn't need to happen. If we do break through these lows, then dollar continued shorts is a good play. And I think Ash, are you here? Ash, yeah, Ash is here. Who's here? Stephen, Curly, Leon, Ash, Omar. How you doing, buddy? Silver. Hope you're all well. But you were in Aussie dollar, right? Aussie dollar long. So that must be starting to go well. Well done. Are you still in that, Ash? Kind of came back yesterday. A little bit of rejection here. Breaking through the highs now. We want to see this really push on. And kind of get away from that potential, you know, price action like this. Oh, you're not in it? Okay, fair enough. Did you take profits? What happened with that trade? Martin, you're in still on Aussie dollar. Okay, great. yeah, I mean, it's looking a little bit better, but we want to see that real push, that real follow through from that area. You got TP, well done, mate, excellent. So from here, we don't want to see that again. We want to see it really push, or kind of retest this area, continue on up, and you know, really go. That would be nice. Again, momentum follow through. That's what we need, for me anyway. I think most of you to kind of make money. Okay, watch this today. A few breakouts. I didn't get any trades yesterday, obviously. My USD SEC did get credited back. Still bullish, looking long. Yeah, I can see that now. It does look a little bit better. Probably up to this area, right? You'd expect it to get there. Those areas are kind of like magnets. So yeah, you'd expect it to get up there. I agree with that sentiment. Yeah, so I was saying the USD SEC for me got credited again, so I'm back up to 161, which is quite nice. Yeah, a good little sign. I kind of got away with one there, and there's no doubt about it. Kind of got away with one. Is that a sign that we're switching over from drawdown to hopefully getting something that gets me back up to the 170s and then onwards to that massive, this next scale for me to it will be 350 is huge. That's when it's really, really interesting, because, that's when you can take some real money out the market. And, obviously ultimate goal being 1 million, but I need some winners. There's no doubt I need some winners, and hopefully they come soon. But I still got to stay patient, not forcing anything. Okay, Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie had a decent move with that Aussie strength. Unfortunately, broke through the area. Didn't want it to break this quickly. So I'm probably going to have to look for a potential retest, depending on what happens with this 200. Obviously, I cannot take the trade if it does indeed retest at all. With that 200 in the way, it's too much of an area of dynamic support to price. But yeah, decent move yesterday, breaking through. Potential retest here for me if I want to get involved. If it does move down, then, I take it off and I move on. But Euro Aussie, again, good to see things on the watch list go the way that I want them to go. That is a good sign, albeit I'm not in them. So yeah, Euro Aussie shorts, was looking at potentially here on the 4 hour, but it seems to be it's breaking through. I would be worried about taking a short on smaller time frames there, just because the extent it has moved. We don't be taking breaks extended into an area. But Euro Aussie short, potential daily retest, got a bit to go. Kiwi dollar is another one that is pushing on. It seems to be that daily setup has probably gone. If we do close, remember the daily still got a long way till it finishes off. That's just not enough for me to take it. I wouldn't, if you had said, Ryan, I kind of like this bar, taking it as an aggressive entry or taking it on a pullback, I wouldn't have minded it. For me, again, it just wasn't enough. I wanted it to do this, but it doesn't look like it wants to do that with potential dollar weakness coming in. So Kiwi dollar and Euro Aussie, unfortunately, seem to be getting away from me. 225 as well, 225. Remember, guys, if you want any questions, anything you want me to look at, throw it in the chat and I'll look at it. 225 still setting up. Decent move over Asia. I don't really like this as an ABC. So if I zoom in here, this is not really what you want to see for an ABC. We want it to be a little bit cleaner than this, a little bit too impulsive in nature. That puts a little bit of doubt, unless obviously we have a massive rejection. But on smaller time frames, this is looking a bit more like a V reversal, right? So we go down to smaller time frames, or is it? Nah, maybe not, maybe not. But either way, looking at price action there, if I'm looking at my ABC, you kind of want it to be, from a very basic standpoint, to be a bit more like this, rather than what we're seeing here, which is kind of like this. If you see what I mean, a bit more V reversal like in here. Not something I really like to see, but I'll keep an eye on it. 225, it looks like markets want to push, so again, I doubt in my mind whether we actually get it. So yeah, another one unfortunately could be getting away. CAD Swiss and USD Swiss, I do like these. So CAD Swiss, I know it's against the risk sentiment, I know that, but it's going with the long-term trend. New Zealand CAD, actually, I'll go into that first, Abonga, because I was looking at that. It's very similar to New Zealand dollar, where I like the idea of going long, right? I liked this price action is not a setup for me. TP1 hit, stop loss moves to break even on second trade. Well done, Tamongo. Excellent. You're having a good little run, right? So this is a setup. The accumulation phase is just too long. I mean, you could look at it from here and say, well, do you know what? I can see a head and shoulders in there. This is really nice. So again, this is not a setup I could take, right? But when you see things like this, just prior to a break, like bars like this, or if you get a pullback, you've got your level here, you get an OBE, certainly with volume coming in, which, you know, we did have here. This is what I do like to see. I know the 200 is above here. Again, it's not a trade that I could take, but that is great price action from this touch of this area coming back. Nothing there worrying about us or worrying me that we're going to fall down. Good rejection, nice bar, and off we go, breaking above the level. Notice again the wick here. We've not broken lows, so it's kind of that squeeze into the area, similar to Aussie Singapore. Really like seeing that on breaks of levels. The only thing for me with New Zealand CAD, again, there's too much of accumulation period from our basing structure here. So my kind of rule is, if I've got a basing structure, you know, our secondary structure is around 50, I kind of say 30 to 50% of the range of this initial one, if that makes sense. So kind of this area, you want to see your accumulation or secondary structure prior to the break. Again, it's just about that squeezing in. So New Zealand CAD, very similar to New Zealand dollar, where I just didn't, again, I'm wrong a lot of the times. When markets want to go, they'll go. This looks like it will come up to the highs, but from this really good move to the upside, I'm not sure if any of you guys got onto that, but that is a lovely trend. This accumulation phase just wasn't enough. Just wasn't enough. So possibly for me, on New Zealand CAD, if we get something like this, so if we get our highs up here, so if we get something like this, or we're coming here, again, digesting this move, then yeah, I would look above a break above the highs here. But good trade, mate. Stop loss at break even, risk free. That is the best place to be as a trader, because it's just, you know, you let your trade run, you're not going to lose anything. You've taken TP1. You know, those days where you have those nice trades that could really move, it's the best part of being a trader. You go out and you know, you're making money, and you know, I usually choose to play golf. It's great. So CAD Swiss, I'll go back to CAD Swiss, sorry. So CAD Swiss here on the daily, again, another good move that I didn't get involved in, but we're at the point where I like this digestion. So I normally use a 20. For me, that kind of pullback here to the 20, obviously not enough from this move. And we're getting the point in this complex corrective, some wicks to the upside, where potentially we could have that trend continuation to the downside. I know that's opposite of what we're seeing for the risk sentiment in terms of buying the Swiss. You know, Swiss is probably getting propped up by gold prices here. If you don't know, Swiss has got a heavily amount of reserves in gold, so it can help that. Currency strengthen up when gold is pushing. So we've got, and CAD is also weak. CAD has also been weak. But we've got our setup here at this structure. Basing structure here. We're coming into the corrective. Potentially looking at an aggressive. Let me know if I'm going too fast for you guys, by the way. Potentially looking at aggressive entry here. If it comes on this bar, I don't think that would be enough for me. Maybe 2 or 3, you know, possibly coming up. If we can reject here, get something around this area, you know, ideally inverted hammer coming on, increasing volume, that would be a nice aggressive entry short. If it doesn't, then again, something like this, looking at the same things day in, day out for a break to the downside. The concept of RTM, I like to say RTM, which is ready to move. So RTM, ready to move. This, I think, is potentially ready to move, right? So if we do get another leg, the digestion, the simple trend theory of impulse corrective could be coming to an end. and we're looking for another thing like this, right? So CAD Swiss, I like that. Probably for tomorrow. Why is CAD being weak, do you think? Let's have a look at oil. Well, what was this? Let's have a look at the CPI numbers. I didn't actually see the CPI numbers from the CAD yesterday. But CAD has been weak. CAD has been the weak for quite some time. So yesterday. Yeah. This is why I don't like the fundamentals, right? You'd expect that to probably have a decent effect. Where's USD CAD? USD CAD might not be, you know, eventually might not be in a decent, or might be in a good position to take short. So in terms of weakness, Martin, gained a lot today against yen, but quite not get why the Bank of Joint news are neither good or bad. Yeah, it's just why I don't like fundamentals, Martin. If I'm being completely honest with you, did you wait on CAD yen, or did you trade it yesterday? Because I remember us saying, well, it's bias would be down because the trend is down, right? But I didn't really like where it was. Unless you were long. Waited, but the huge candle scared me, and now I'm seeing the tracement coming down strong. Yeah. I mean, these big candles are always interesting, right? News candles, because oftentimes you do get this. Certainly if you're getting this against trend. So, I mean, when you get a good push with trend, you know, often with the huge candles, you're going to get some retracement anyway, right? That's what you usually see with these outside bullish engulfers. You get some retracement, certainly on smaller time frames, before you continue. Certainly if it's in the trend direction, or it follows through from the news. But you get these big candles that are going against trend, as this does. I'm not saying this will do it, but a lot of the times you see that V reversal back in. The trend takes, you know, prominence. The trend is your friend, and then we kind of continue on down. So it'll be interesting to see what the market does from this area. Certainly because it's against that, you know, it's against that trend. Apart from Kiwi, so another characteristic of Kiwi, if you know your market characteristics, i.e. how certain currency pairs and currencies move, with Kiwi, normally if you have a really good news, that kind of digests it a little bit better. So watch out for that when you look at the Kiwi with good news. Not all the time, obviously not all the time, but it does digest it quite well. It's a little characteristic of the Kiwi there. So, I mean, good that you waited, you know. Yeah, you've just got to wait on that. But I mean, smaller time frames, as we see here, this is a little bit too steep. But if you get something like that, that would be quite nice. I do agree with CAD yen long fundamentally because I'm a bit more risk on. But again, you just can't fight that trend sometimes. And USD Swiss is another one I like. I don't want this to break, right? I love where this is on the daily. You know, we've kind of got our VREV in here now. Maybe slightly extended on the weekly, maybe. That's my worry about higher time frame confluence with this. Maybe we do need a little bit of a bigger reset of that trend before we continue on down. But I was looking at this pattern here. But I want this to come back up. I like the idea of shorting the dollar. You know, I like the idea of shorting the dollar right now. But absolutely. But I need something like this to be a bit more comfortable with it. So if it goes, again, it's another one that I've just got to let go. It's just this weird, you know, I like the way the markets are. I like how they're moving. But again, they could be just going without me, in which case I've just got to be like, okay, you know, if I was in Aussie Singapore, I'd be more than happy right now and say, okay, you know what, I'll probably wait for others. But obviously I'm not in this, so again, it's been like that for a while, and I've just got to wait until I'm massively comfortable and sticking to my plan to make that trade I'd like to trade. Because if it comes, and again, this is what I always think, if I'm placing, whatever you're placing, you know, there's no point me forcing things and losing 2, 4, 6%, and then I get a 6% winner when I should have taken these 3 trades, and you know, I'm at break even instead of a massive 6% up. So this is why good trading is boring trading, is that there's a lot of waiting around for me, certainly if you're a swing trader. So yeah, I think it may be another day of waiting around. CAD Swiss I do like. So this is probably my pick of the bunch today. I hope this doesn't go. I would like this to retrace a little bit more for me to be comfortable with an aggressive entry, or it potentially coming down. So if it does decide to come down to this area, I'd like to see a lot of accumulation there before I take to the break. And again, with a new trade management, if I'm taking the break, I can go down to that 30-minute and get a better risk reward on my breakout entry. But I'd say that would be my pick of the bunch so far. Right, anything you guys want me to look at? Another quiet day. Any trades you are in? Any questions? Any thoughts? Let me know. USD yen. Let's have a look at USD yen. By the way, is the sound better today, guys? Is it better, or does it still feel kind of airy? I'll watch the recording, but just let me know. USD yen. It's another one I just don't like, you know? Yeah, it's better today. Okay, great. Thanks, mate. Good. Yeah, I must have been using the camera microphone by mistake. So USD yen. Getting some rejection there off that 20. US 500 long. I mean, I would say yes without. I'll look at it in a bit more detail, Gareth. But I would say yes. I like US 500 long. I'm bullish, mate. I could be wrong, but I'm bullish from a weekly perspective on the stock market. I actually had a meeting yesterday with investment guy about it. Yeah, sure, mate. Yeah, I mean, like I said, some rejection here. We've seen that here. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. Again, the daily, this has still got all day to close, right? So if you get a big rejection, that'll be good. You kind of want to see, your V reversal, Martin, right? Are you still trading the V revs? You kind of want to see this come down here. That would be really nice. It depends on weather. I mean, I wouldn't say that's extended. We're just changing trend. So I like the idea of shorting USD yen, yeah. If I have to say what I think this would come down. Yeah, USD yen short. You would expect that, right? Fundamentally and technically. But, I mean, one of the things you can do if you're looking at it, triangle exhaustion, but the high level bias is really important for me, yeah. I mean, I don't like this, right? When you see that, you know, kind of pullbacks that go like this, You don't like that, do you? Certainly as a pullback trader, you want to see a pullback like this. And then you put you kind of add your 40-60 into it, and you think, well, if we get down here, you know, is it going to be nice or not? So my bias would be, well, I would just be watching this, Martin. That's what I would be watching. You get another bar here that goes like that, then you'd say, well, yeah, I like that short now. That's what I would think, Martin. So, excuse me. Dog's barking. But yeah, keep an eye on those smaller time frames. I would think it comes back down. It's my long-winded way of saying, yeah, I agree with you. UK oil 4-hour long. I might not have updated UK oil, actually. No, I need to... I realized this is the one that I didn't... So when they did the update, I need to add that in. Let's have a look at UK oil. Hold on. Gold, yeah, I'll do gold, Malhar. No worries, mate. Oh, really? Okay, let's have a look. Good reminder, because I kept meaning to change this chart, but I was just being lazy. Daily. Okay, UK oil. The way I look at it. Did you say 4-hour long? Four-hour long. I wouldn't go against this, Ash, for me. I wouldn't go against that. There's not, in terms of a long bias, there's not enough, there's not really something there getting me in, you know? But if you're talking from a 4-hour, I guess you're looking at that basing structure here. I guess you're looking here, right? I would be looking there right off the bat, so I would have broken that area for me. So, no. No, Ash, basically. It would need to have done this. Come back here. But again, I wouldn't have gone long just purely because of that weekly. Too much like a corrective for continuation down. And actually looks in a decent position for potential shorts. So I wouldn't be looking long there, no. But in terms of long bias, yeah, maybe up there. I would have to wait for that week. I would have to wait for the week to finish before I think about long in that, I think. In my opinion. Okay, gold, Malhar. Let's do gold, and then I'll do pound New Zealand for silver. Yeah, no problem, mate. Gold. Gold 4-hour looks nice. That's nice, right? That's nice. That's exactly what you want to see from a pullback. That's exactly what you want to see from that latest impulse. Volume coming in there, rejection hammer candle. That's nice. Ideally, if the 20 was kind of there, perfect. The only thing, again, this is why trading is boring, is are we longing that? I'm not sure if you're looking long or short, Malhar. But do you want to be longing it there? 4-hour, as I said, 4-hour and lower time frames look good. Absolutely. But I can't long, whether it be a commodity, currency. I understand when gold moves, it moves. Yeah, you know, I know that. And it can move out with what you expect, absolutely. And you are going with the trend if you are looking long. Can it continue on up? Yeah, absolutely. It can. But it's whether we need a bit more than this from a daily perspective. Looking short. Counter trend. I don't like I mean, as I said, I do think it's extended. I do think a pullback's on the card. With how that 4 hour, will it come now? I wouldn't be massively comfortable with a short bias. It's against the trend. I don't primarily really like counter trend trades. I do them, but there has to be a reason for me to go counter trend, right? So right now, is the market, apart from that extension, telling me it wants to go short? Probably not, right? I mean, from a perspective, you look at this. It's probably not the best example, but I look for things like this, right? Very simple price action, simple candlestick patterns, your outside bullish engulfers, your hammers. I know some people may say that's very simplistic, but they work time and time again. So if I'm going short, I know this is with a bit more with trend, but that's kind of something I'm looking for. Yes, there's slight rejection up here, but you know, it's not. I don't like the short bias, Malhar. Again, personally, could correct, could be wrong. You could be right, but I wouldn't be going short. It's a low win rate, high risk reward kind of strategy, right? So if you're right, then yeah, you know the lower times you're right, you make a lot more money. Okay, pound New Zealand. Pound New Zealand. That's pound yen. Can you see something there? Seems too messy, but looks very bearish. Pound. Yeah, I think I was talking about pound New Zealand yesterday, right? So I was looking at pound New Zealand here, but we pushed on from there. So we pushed on there. You've kind of created there, pushing down. I kind of like it. Yeah, I agree in terms of ready to move. It is messy. There's no doubt it's messy. Well, let's zoom in. But you're kind of taking that trade on the premise that we ain't going to stay like this forever, right? We get a proper break, i.e. we get more risk on. Kiwi is looking very strong. No problem, Mahar. Kiwi is looking, I wouldn't say very strong, but Kiwi is looking pretty strong. So you get a proper break and you're looking for that type of movement, right? So, you know, I like that. You look at the weekly. Again, weekly, you've had that rejection off the 20. You know, you probably think it would get down there. So I like the higher time frames for pound New Zealand short. Are you looking for a breakout? What are you looking for, silver? Or are you looking at kind of where I'm looking on this 4 hour? So we do this on the 4 hour, and you kind of obviously know what I'm looking at, then yeah, I would think about that. Aggressive in here, breakout down there. I would like that. But if you're looking breakout retest, yeah, I think it's messy. It depends on where you're taking it. Or breakout in small time frames. So you're looking at there or a break? I'll just wait for you. Still there, silver? Okay, maybe you might have gone. Let me know on Discord, Silver, and I'll have a look at it properly. Right, guys, if there's nothing else, I appreciate you joining as always. And I'll see you all tomorrow. So CAD Swiss, my pick of the bunch. Probably have to wait till tomorrow if I get it. But seems to be a bit better. Market seems to be a little bit better. So, all right, guys, remember, trade safe. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. and take care. Peace.